Okay, friends, today we're going to be learning about sea stars. Okay, so check this guy out. So this is a cool website. It has a lot of really interesting information. So they aren't fish. They are invertebrates. And look at all the different colors. These are blue. Some have really long ones. Look at them moving. So this is obviously over a long period of time. It's a sped up video though. So look, they do actually move. It seems like they don't move at all when you see them. They're just like stuck on the rocks, but they move. Here they have two stomachs. Look at it. So this takes the predator and it puts it inside there, and then this part of the stomach comes out and eats it out of there. Isn't that wild? So its stomach is underneath the bottom of it in the middle. And you see all these little tentacles. These are all little things seeking more prey. They're extremely aggressive, and they can sometimes be cannibalistic, meaning they can eat each other sometimes. Eek! And they don't all have 5 arms. Look, this one has lots of arms, not just 5. And this is really cool. They can regrow their body parts, just like a worm if it's cut in half. It regrows the tail. They can regrow their legs if they need to. And a lizard does the same thing. And their eyes, they have eyes at the end of their legs. They're not eyes like ours, but they can kind of see what's around them. So I thought you guys might like that. So today, the sea star is what you're going to use. You're going to use this tracer, the yellow piece of paper we gave you, a couple of crayons. I chose red and orange, but you could choose any color you want. And I have a piece of sandpaper, but if you don't have sandpaper, because you just need something to give yourself a little texture, you could use like your driveway could work, or the wall in your house if it's textured, but you have to ask your parents if it's okay first. So what you'll do is this. First, trace the tracer I gave you. And you could trace, we gave you a big piece of paper, so you could do 2 or 3 starfish, or sea stars if you want to. I always call them starfish by accident. We got one there. I'm just going to do one. Now what you could do is you could go take it to a wall if it's textured, and you're going to rub. You know, if you rub the one side of the crayon like this, you can get that cool texture. I'm just going to do it here on my sandpaper because I need the video camera to be set up, but you could, I would maybe take it to my driveway if I didn't have a piece of sandpaper. And you're going to go over it so it has that bumpy look, because you know how they're that bumpy way. And then I'm going to take orange, I'm going to go over it. You could do lots of colors as we saw in that video. They come in all different colors. And this way, if you don't cut it out first, do this first. Because if you do it on your wall, this way you won't accidentally get any crayon on your wall and get in trouble. We don't want you to get in trouble. That would be bad. So now you're going to cut out your sea star. You're going to follow that line. And if this is hard for you, let me show you a little trick. If you go around the whole thing first and get as close to the edges of the legs as you can, and then go back and cut the inside part, that makes it a little easier to do hard cutting like this. The other thing to do is move the piece of paper and not your scissors. You don't need to keep moving your scissors around. Keep your scissors in the same spot and move the paper. Do you see how I'm doing that? I'm too lazy. I'm not going to keep moving my scissors, but I'm going to move my paper around. With this hand, I'm going to move my paper around. And you know I'm a lefty, but I cut righty. So you have to cut with the hand that it feels the best for you to cut. If you're a lefty, sometimes people get confused about that, but I actually think it's easier to cut right-handed. Okay, there's my sea star. I'm going to add him to my tide pool in just a little bit. Thanks, bye.